Welcome to College and Career Readiness, a whole new world. We are very excited to be with you this morning. We thought of this panel about 2 years ago, and we finally got it to South by Southwest EDU, and we're very excited to be presenting it to you this morning. We hope that we have some great ideas to share, and we'll be looking forward to your input throughout the process to get some ideas as well. To my left, we have Mr. Nicholas Cobb. Nicholas is a junior here in Austin at the University of Texas in Austin. He is a computer science student. He was named a standout student. He's a founding member of the Association of Black Computer Scientists. He serves as webmaster for a number of organizations. He's a Google intern. Entering the University of Texas, he received over $700,000 in scholarships, including the Coca-Cola Scholarship, the Prudential Scholarship, Best Buy, the Christopher Reeves, and Urban League Scholarship. Nicholas was a recipient of the Nickelodeon Halo Award and the Caring Institute Award. He's been named a Young Futurist by The Root magazine, and he is the founder and CEO of his own nonprofit, Comfort and Joy. So that's who's who. That's our panel. So let's get started with some questions, and I'll start with our student. Nicholas, tell us about your high school experience.
Well, I went to a very competitive and challenging high school, and I feel that's really been able to help shape my academic experience. It's helped me to, understand how to work hard. It's helped me transition well to college. So that was my high school experience.
What were your top priorities going into college?
Well, my top priorities going into college were adjusting to the, very heavy changing workload that occurs between high school and college. Getting myself an internship and finding some organization so I could do something outside of academia.
Do you feel like you were ready for college?
I do feel like I was ready for college. I was very fortunate to have parents that helped guide me along the way through high school, helping me to learn how to be prepared for college, learning how to do academia properly. So yes, I certainly feel I was very prepared for college.
Awesome. Thank you. Let's go back to Nicholas to talk about career readiness a little bit. You mentioned your internship earlier. Tell us about your college experience, how you're finding things at UT, and tell us about your internship experience as well.
Well, all right. For my intern experiences at Google, I interned at Google 2 times already, and I guess how that kind of ties into my college experience. From the summer between my senior year of high school and my freshman year of college, I participated in this Google program called the Google Computer Science Summer Institute, and it is for the underrepresented communities for people who are going into CS. So I participated in that program, and then some of the people in the program recommended that I apply for a Google internship, which is what I did my freshman year. And of course I got into that. I did the engineering practicum internship between the summer of my freshman and sophomore year. And then I did so well in that internship, I got promoted next year to the software engineering internship between my sophomore and junior year. And I'm about to intern one more time with Google between my junior and senior year this summer.
Would you like to tell us a little bit about your college experience? How are you finding things at UT?
Oh, certainly. I'm finding things, pretty good at UT. I find myself well-grounded in a number of organizations, as already mentioned. I'm doing pretty good in academia. I find my experience very good, and especially since I have myself some internships, I can say it's going really well.
Do you feel like you're ready to launch a career?
Well, since I've done 2 internships at Google and I'm about to do another one, I feel I definitely will be able to make the transition to a full-time position at Google.
So you talk a lot about your interest in computer science and your internships and so forth. How do you get interested in computer science to start with?
Well, from a very young age, my dad was into programming, so I guess I kind of learned a little bit about that. And then I did some summer programs like the IU Tech Camp, that was a game development summer camp at UT even. I did my entrance engineering camp in high school. And I also did 3 years of computer science classes at high school. So I definitely had a very strong computer science background throughout my life.
Awesome. So I'm going to ask something to each one of the panel members, and we do have quite a few Slido questions coming in, so don't despair. I'm going to get to those momentarily. We'll get those answered. But to each one of the panel members, and anybody can jump in first, what can educators, what can we educators, K-12 schools, colleges, and universities do differently to prepare, or in addition, to prepare students for college and career readiness? So anybody can jump in.
Well, for me, what I feel helped me transition from high school to college the best were these various summer programs I participated in. You know, the ID Tech Camp, the My Intro to Engineering, and the Google Computer Science Summer Institute. I feel that having summer programs available provides a powerful medium for students to be able to, you know, understand what they're into and get a head start on learning what they're into.
So we have quite a few questions. I'm going to jump into some of the audience questions. And anybody can feel free to respond. First question, what can we do to better help students figure out what they like to do, what they're good at, and what they should pursue as a career? And when should this happen?
From birth. But we have to change the conversation. Instead of asking students, well, when they come to a college fair, well, what would you like to major in, which is a standard conversation. I've really empowered my staff to change that conversation and say, what do you see yourself doing in 5 years?
To expose your students to different things that are available. Like I said, I went into engineering because that's what my dad said that I was supposed to do. I found out that it was a great career from a pay perspective, but it wasn't something that I got up every day saying that this is what I want to do. Today I can honestly say that because I really get an opportunity and help people figure out what they're created to do and build their lives around that. But I didn't know that that was even a career choice. I wasn't ever exposed to that that's something that you could do. So I would say expose your students to as much as possible. And I think that as they're exposed to those things, they will navigate to that thing that's innately gives them passion about it.
Next question, college readiness and career readiness are related, but they require different skills. How do we get students career ready beyond the standard internship and apprentice?
That is a great question.
So I would say that with students, to get them ready, they need exposure to what that is like and navigating that corporate landscape. You can do that by maybe partnering with some local companies and having mentors. I know that at TI we have several diversity initiatives that go out and mentor students at colleges or on a high school level, because it gives them a different exposure to the corporate arena, and I think that that will help them beyond the classroom get prepared for navigating the corporate world.
Piggybacking on that, Marla, Nicholas, you mentioned to me a program that you were involved in, a mentor matcher.
Yes, that's right. When I was around the end of middle school, I did participate in this mentor matcher program. So I would go to various companies, you know, shadow some people who were working there. I really got to see the inside of these companies, how people behave and stuff. So yes, I certainly feel like that's an important way. That's one way I learned how to navigate sort of the system of these different companies and businesses, how to behave properly and whatnot. So definitely programs like that have helped me. So I think that would be help a lot of other students as well.
Next question, what role should GPA play or not play as a goal to mark success in high school and or college? What role should GPA play?
You got to cut the line off somewhere, right? You got to have something that is a qualifier to get people in the door. But if I get a 3.0 versus a 4.0 that has all those different well-rounded experiences, especially those students that are having to work to put themselves through school, in my opinion, I think that says a lot about the student. It builds character, it builds work ethic, it goes beyond just the day-to-day classroom learning.
I definitely agree with her point. You know, these things are multifaceted. How well you'll do at an internship, for instance, is dependent on more things than solely your GPA. Yes, you need to have some cutoff point so you can know, okay, are you working hard? Are you doing what you need to do? But you know, at some point it's like, there's more than just GPA involved. Are you involved in campus organizations? Are you taking leadership roles? These are all important things about how well you'll do in these companies. Because, you know, sometimes how well you do in academia, it requires a different skill set than how well you'll do in a company. So GPA might not always be quite representative of that.
And I would agree on the higher ed side as well. It's encouraging to see that a lot of colleges now are moving towards a well-rounded view when they are recruiting. Now it's not just a GPA, it's not just a test score. It's also what have you been involved in? What was your home life? What do you want to do when you graduate? Because we want students who not only will add to the overall experience of campus, but also they're going to take something away and go out into the community and do something well. And the GPA doesn't always naturally reflect that.
How can schools not only prepare students to attend college, but also prepare them to finish and actually receive a degree?
So the state is assisting many colleges and universities on making sure that students are college readiness now. We not only receive funds for having what I call cheats in the seats, but we also get funding based on students persisting in the graduation rate as well. So it's encouraging to see a larger conversation is being had about not only the number of students you have, but also the percentage that are graduating as well. As a nation, our college graduation rate is about 52%, which we celebrate because years ago it used to be 48%. So, but it's still, for me, very sad.
Douglas, do you feel like you had anything that gave you a leg up going into college that's going to help you with completion?
Yes, I took some various AP classes and dual credit classes in high school. So via those, I was able to not only claim college credit, but I was able to really better get a feel of what college classes would actually be like. So that obviously smoothed the transition from high school to college, which made it less difficult for me to adjust to the workload.
How many hours did you go in with?
54.
Wow.
Actually, this next question is for you. Mr. Cobb, did you begin college knowing what you wanted to major in and what career path you were considering, and has that changed?
Yes and no. I knew I was going to do computer science going into college, but for a while I was actually interested in game development. But you know, ever since I've been in college and I've started understanding some more of the nuances of computer science and various fields, I've since changed my mind. You know, I'm more interested in front-end web development, which is like the graphics of web design and stuff. So I'm still in computer science, but I've just chosen a different subfield of it, I guess.
Next question, what are some of the things that we can do in higher ed to retain students who are having a challenging time adjusting to college life, both socially and academically? What can we do to retain students?
Personally, I feel that one of the best ways to adjust to campus life, whether it's a big campus or a small campus, is to find yourself, you know, an organization or a few organizations that you're interested in, even if it's outside your major, because that'll help you really find a community of, you know, sort of like-minded people, and you'll be able to spend your time doing things that you're into. And, you know, studies have actually proven that people who join college organizations do end up happier than those who don't. So I'm definitely a staunch believer in that.
I'm going to do one more question for each of our panelists, and then we're going to try to see if we can get some people to come up to the microphone, because we said this was going to be a conversation, and see if you have ideas that you want to share. We've gotten a lot of questions here, but not different ideas that you'd like to share with the group as well. How have your internships at Google related to your courses at UT? Are there any explicit connection between what you're learning in class and what you're doing at work?
It varies by the class. For some of the classes, it really does. Right now, I'm taking a software engineering class, so it's pretty much almost exactly like working at an internship and working at a company. You know, you do all this planning, you do all the organization and stuff. So sometimes these classes really do train you for the real world, but sometimes the classes are just about learning content. But that's not to say it's not useful, that's to say it's just different. You need to know this content in order to work, but it might not necessarily be, you know, so tight, so strict for those types of classes.
All right, thank you. I'm going to ask audience members if you have questions, if there was anybody that didn't want to submit one on Slido, or if you have comments or suggestions. We have microphones. If you make your way this way, and hopefully while someone is making their way this way, I will tell you a couple little stories for transparency's sake. Putting everything out on the table there. Miss Marla White at the end there. Marla and I were part of Leadership America together, so that is our connection. Mr. Falk and I worked together at Uplift Education when he was a Rhodes College counselor and I was chief of schools, I think. And this young man right here, well, he's my son. And also, Nicholas's dad is in the audience, Reggie Cobb, waving. Yes, ma'am.
Hi. I'm Tracy Kaufman. I'm an independent education consultant. I work with students with dyslexia, and they have a lot of extra needs, but so do lots of kids when they go to college. So it's a two-part question, one for Mr. Cobb and one for Mr. Falk. The first one is, it doesn't sound like you ever ran into any trouble in college, but if you did, how did you know who to ask, where to go to, what resources were available to you at UT? And for you, Mr. Falk, what do you do to communicate these resources to your students so that they know that they're available?
Well, for me, whenever I had issues, I would find a trusted professor or a counselor and, you know, either meet them in person or email them, and generally I was able to resolve my problems. So that's my advice personally. Talk to your teachers, professors, talk to your counselors, even talk to friends. Yeah.
Awesome. It's 12:02, so we're at the conclusion of our session. I really want to thank everybody for coming out this morning. We had a great time. I hope you did too. I hope there were a few nuggets that we shared or that your colleagues shared from the audience that'll help you in your journey as we move forward to continue to support students. We're going to step down and come down front. If there's anything that you want to ask any of us one-to-one, we'll be here, and we hope you enjoy the rest of South by Southwest. Thank you.